I don't know. I mean,
Oh.
it's an old building, but it does its job. I don't know that
No,
anyone else
no.
is.
No, your hand warmers.
I mean, there's just like that little purple part is the hot. They get hot immediately.
No, I was asking, like, is there something you can click? So it's like warm, hot, really
Yeah.
super hot.
There's 3 levels. The first one honestly is perfect.
That's what I asked.
I don't know what the third would feel like. Let's find out. Like how much
You'll find
hotter
out and
it could
let
get.
us know in 4 to 7 minutes.
No, it's immediate. It'll start burning my hands immediately. They turn on fast. They're nice. Highly recommend.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, these could burn my hands. Very nice. Yep.
Guys, we've almost did it.
Almost. One more album.
We've almost did it. I'm so proud of you, and you're so proud of me, and that is
sunglasses.
how. New sunglasses. These are Ray-Bans. They were
Ray-Bans.
$9,000. I don't know how much Ray-Bans are.
So, I don't know, hundo change, probably.
Hundo change?
Hundo and change.
Hundo change. I like hundo change. Let's go with hundo change. You're going to a movie. Evil, are you doing anything else fun on your Saturday?
I don't have anything specific.
Well, fine then.
We shall see.
It's still early.
It is still early.
I really need to clean. I've been into a video game, and I haven't been into a video game in since I was 4. That's not true.
That's not true.
But there's a fucking video game called Disco Elysium that is just an absolute mind fuck of a fucking game. And it's all dialogue. It's all it's about this cop that wakes up with no memory because he's a fucking drug addict, alcoholic, and he's trying to solve a murder, but he doesn't really remember anything. It's all dialogue. And so it's, man.
Interesting.
Yeah. If you're looking for a good hand-eye coordination, fighting, gotta be quick video game, you've come to the wrong place.
Fair.
It is. It's very fair. I'm going to keep drinking this because it's really good.
Yep, same.
Hey, everybody. Coming up on Verse, Chorus, Verse. Scary monsters and super creeps. Is it David Bowie's last great album? That's next.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. The answer to that is no. Critics are just fucking idiots. My name is DL, and with me is Evil, Scary Monster Jimmy. Evil, how are you?
I'm so good. So very, very, very good. This has been a fun recording session.
Right?
Yeah.
I agree. We should talk about really, really fucking good albums every single time.
Why not?
It makes it more fun.
Or really shitty albums. Just nothing in between. We either need to rip it apart or praise it.
No mids, no 6 7s.
No.
Maybe that's the problem with the new album episodes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it's a 6 out of 10.
It's a lot of horse shit is what it is. Let's be real.
Ooh, give it 20
So it does.
years.
It gets a little it's hard because you can't just say fuck this thing, but you can't be like, oh, this is good. Rachel, Super Creep Polio, is also here. Rachel,
she is.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's your shirt say?
Oh, this is that I was talking about a couple episodes ago. This is my Gizmo. My Gizmo sweater from Pound Town.
Don't get him wet.
What's that?
Don't get him wet.
I won't.
Don't get Gizmo wet.
But I will feed him after midnight.
Don't feed him nickels. Yeah, don't feed him after midnight. Whatever.
I was looking for something hot pink, and it was the only thing that I have that has hot pink in it. So I figured it was Bowie-ish.
For like a 80s sort of thing?
For like a neon. Yeah. That's what I was kind of going for.
I respect it. Everybody, we've done a little bit of a trilogy leading out of the Queens of the Stone Age
triple header
dissection. We did the Queens of the Stone Age dissection into Era Vulgaris, which was the album I decided to dissect exclusively after our Queens coverage. I'm happy that I did it. I think that was a really fun album to talk about.
It was a good choice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that.
Well,
after that,
I don't think I would have dove into that album nearly as much or liked it as much as I do now if we didn't do that.
I feel like it is kind of an easy gloss over-y album because Like Clockwork holds a very specific place in there. It's the new Queens, the Stone Age kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then we talked about an influence of Queens and the bands that led to Queen's in Depeche Mode's Violator. And now we are talking about one of the biggest influences of all of it in Mr. David Bowie, who I guess, I don't know, I'll say right off the bat, if you tuned in to listen to some fucking documentary on the Bows, you're in the wrong fucking place. Because we're not going to give you documentary style, here's what happened on day 3 of recording this album style stuff. No, we talk about why the album is fucking good or why we think it's not. That's us. You're fans with us through this ride of Mr. Bowie. I have had the privilege of talking about Ziggy Stardust and the Spider from Mars back in season 1 when it was just little Svenji and I. You two have not had a chance to talk about Bowie, at least a full album yet. Evil, where are you in the Bowie iconic? Where's your fandom and what Bowie era are you into? Or do you give a fuck?
I think I generally put Bowie in the category of a lot of the bands we talked about way back when we did the 1969 episode, where I see Bowie as the influence of stuff that I'm into, like the influence of my music versus someone who I've been super familiar with. So I don't, outside of like Ziggy Stardust, I don't know if I've ever listened to a full Bowie album before. And yet I'm very familiar with him and a lot of his songs, but not in the context of a full album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I think that's kind of what I would expect.
Yeah.
You know, Rachel, same question.
I don't know David Bowie very well. It was just way too far before my time. And again, it wasn't something that my dad listened to. And so it was something that all that I know is osmosis through media, through TV, through film, through anything like that.
I mean, but in like my youth, but by the time like I was like a kid and consuming pop culture, he was fucking Jareth and Labyrinth. Like he had moved into a whole different level of
that
like
was my
celebrity.
That some would call comical, ridiculous. You know,
Labyrinth.
No, but you got to think that's right after fucking Dancing in the Street. Like,
oh yeah,
he
had some silly stuff.
There were things that were, so you're going that route now, huh? Okay. I guess if you want to do that, and that's okay. It's like, you don't have to fucking, I don't know. It's the Stevie Wonder thing. Stevie Wonder wrote like 3 of the greatest albums ever. He also wrote I Just Called to Say I Love You. So.
Right.
Banger.
The 80s were a weird time for a lot of people. Let's be real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Like not everyone transitioned into the 80s correctly. Let's just say.
They did not. But kind of going with that, let's
Starship.
talk.
Can we talk about Starship at any point?
Let's talk about Starship. Yes. But that's actually a great fucking conversation to go with this album, because that's a lot of what Bowie was talking about in this album.
Mm-hmm.
We are talking Scary Monsters and Super Creeps by the one and only David Bowie. If you aren't Rachel and Evil, I don't care who answers it. Since you aren't like a huge Bowie person, you don't have the albums, you haven't been listening to him for 20 years, whatever that, is it just like beyond fucking daunting?
Oh,
because
God, we're talking about his
10th
10th album. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, where do you even fucking start, kind of thing? And you also, that the people listening to this is probably like the fucking 70-second David Bowie podcast episode that they've listened to. And
sorry,
our opinion does not fucking matter when it comes to Bowie. Let's be real.
Everybody's opinion matters. That's why the world is going so well. Before we talk about this album, we got to go to the most important part of the night. What are we drinking? We're 3 episodes. We're 3 episodes in, and we're still drinking, as is made evident by me trying to talk.
3 episodes.
Rachel, what are you drinking now?
I'm glad you started with me, David. I have places to be, so this will be my sober up hour. Unfortunately, I have a third drink.
For 14% something.
Ooh,
yeah,
it's just a bottle of water.
This is.
Sorry, I still have a little bit of leftover from last episode.
You're not honoring David Bowie.
From this. I'm sorry, David.
Apology not accepted.
Fair.
As a fellow David. Evil, what are you drinking?
I'm sticking with the Eagle Rare. I got shamed into pouring some last episode, so
Who would do that to you?
let's just Eagle Rare buddies. Yeah, twinsies.
Eagle Rare buddies.
Are you still liking it?
You should be much more respected in your fandom, seeing that it's so much harder for you to get it. In fact, I think you even said with that bottle, the only reason you have it is because like a friend found it in a fucking
Wyoming
store.
at a gas station.
Yeah,
I've not seen Eagle Rare in a liquor store in Idaho since like 2018.
That sucks.
Yeah.
For a guy that can just drive over to the Safeway 4 minutes away.
I used to be able to buy like the giant 1.5 liter bottle of it.
Well, that I can't do, but
hey, that's infuriating.
Should move to Washington.
All the fucking
you'd love it here. It's all
love the
drab
liquor
and
there.
dreary. Yeah, the liquor here is pretty great.
They
keep us stocked because
twisted.
of how much they fucking charge us tax-wise. Very dark and twisted. There's a lot to fucking talk about with this album, so we are going to get into it. Oh yeah, I'm drinking the same thing. Eagle Rare. I've got a beer here. I got a bunch of shit. It doesn't matter. We're drinking, guys. I promise. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. David Bowie's Scary Monsters and Super Creeps.
Scary Monsters.
Yes.
Or Stats, as they call you in the streets.
They do call me that in the streets.
They do. Now let's talk about Visconti.
Horrible joke. I'm going to withhold it.
No, don't.
Go on.
Are you Stats in the sheets too?
I was trying to think of some sort of like Queens in the streets and a Stats in the bed or some sort of thing.
Stats in the streets, numbers in the sheets. I don't know, something.
That's real dumb. All right, Stats, hit us up.
Let's do this. Okay, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps. David Bowie, released the 12th of September in the UK and the 15th of September in the US in the year of our Lord, 1980, on RCA Records. That's true. Sorry. In the year of my Lord.
The greatest, the start of the greatest decade.
Yes, the 80s. This album comes immediately after the Berlin trilogy when Bowie was widely viewed as artistically brilliant, but not commercially accessible. So Scary Monsters
particularly in the States.
Yes. So this was his deliberate attempt to assert control in the U.S. Over
Feels
pop
very
music.
Similar to what we were just talking about in the last episode.
Without abandoning his experimentation. So it's a win. There were people in the band that played. They have names.
There were people in bands.
The Damn. That's a fun fact. The Damn Trio, as he called them apparently, Davis, Alomar, and Murray, called them the Damn Trio.
The Damn Trio.
Damn. Also, Robert Fripp hung out. Pete Townsend.
Just
Chuck
some
Hammer.
guys.
Just it's whatever.
I really do like the casual. There could have been that's good.
That's some guys. Critical reception upon release. Fire emoji. People liked this quite a bit.
I do remember in 1980 when everybody was like, fire emoji.
You were not alive in 1980 to say fire emoji. But yeah, perfect balance of experimentation and accessibility, says people. Aggressive modern sound, sharp social commentary, Bowie sounding re-energized and dangerous. And retrospectively, I have heard top 3 to 5 albums, because yes, there's so many, but the best album of 1980, said a lot of people, and a defining album for the transition from post-punk to new wave. So
yeah, many people called this his last great album, which I mean, I don't know if it's because we're children of the generations we are. I think that's insane considering the stuff that he was doing with the night. You know, we were talking about like the darker kind of, go listen to fucking Heart's Filthy Lesson and tell me that he was done making insanely great or fucking Afraid of Americans. Like,
when we were talking about who's missing on Depeche Mode, I wanted to say Bowie, but I didn't want to spoil this episode, so I went with
it. Yes,
with Trent instead.
Just an absolute direct influence. Let's start talking with So for those of you that listen to our Queens of the Stone Age, wondering why the fuck I kept saying Visconti, this is why. I had been studying for this album as well. So this was the last album that, I shouldn't say it. This isn't the last album that Bowie did with Visconti, but it was the last album that he did with him for a really long time. It was like him and Visconti, and then suddenly it just wasn't. And then it was again many, many, many years after. But Visconti, if you don't know him, he's famous because he worked so much with Bowie. He was the T-Rex. If you know and love T-Rex, which you should, that was him. But he also did Badfinger, Thin Lizzy, The Moody Blues. Like, he's the shit. There are a lot of theories of why and how this album happened, which Rachel talked on the main one, which is that he kind of said, okay, I'm going to be this character. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a rock star. I'm going to do that. Now I want to make my Sgt. Pepper's. I want to sober up. I want to get in the studio with Visconti, and I want to make a perfect album that is also commercial. I think that there's way more to it than that. I think that that's kind of revisionist history personally, but not like I fucking have any idea. As somebody kind of walking in blind a little bit, Evil, what are your thoughts on what you read, the making of this album, that sort of thing?
Man, I mean, it feels like a cap on his 70s era stuff.
Totally.
And all, like, we've talked about Bowie before. Like, we talked about Afraid of Americans and how he had this, I think part of what makes him such an icon is he had a way of being on the surfboard ahead of the wave.
Yes.
And this album is that, like, times a billion for me in terms of the era. Like, one of the things that struck me immediately is I love the production, and this is probably nostalgia because of my childhood, of albums in like the Roth era sort of Van Halen time frame. I love the production in that time frame. Something happened in the mid 80s where things went digital and sounded like a little too crystalline, and there was stuff before that it just didn't have the quality. This was like peak production for rock music for me, and it's like it punched me in the face immediately.
That makes me so happy.
And so like, in terms of timeline, this is like a hinge between sort of like 70s sound, 80s new wave. This is like sort of post-punk in a way, and in some way, he always is able to surf right ahead of the wave and sort of set the tone for. Got to set the tone. He set the tone. Set the tone, boys. And it's like, I'm super interested in the perspective of this being his last great album, sort of like broadly. I'm open to being educated here.
I think it's as simple as, look, you know this music with the exception of certain bands like Rush and bands like that. Music in the 70s and 60s was fucking different. You had to be a good musician. You had to have like good structure. You had to, the shit that you wrote had to be, and that's this album. And that's a lot of David Bowie albums is they're not songs, they're compositions. And this is kind of the last bastion of that, because if you listen to like I'm Afraid of Americans, then you're talking about more of the minimalist, like 3-chord. But the big question is, does that make it a not as great album? And the answer is no.
I think no.
The answer is no. If Nirvana taught us anything, it's the reminder that my 3-chord song can beat the shit out of your complex, whatever the fuck you're trying to do. That's where I think a lot of older Bowie people fell. They didn't die. This album didn't kill them. But I don't get a lot of, and again, I don't know really old Bowie lovers. The Bowie people that I like are the Bowie lovers that I know are the generation before me, they're and they love this fucking album, like my Uncle Dan is the big one. I talk about my Uncle Dan every other fucking episode. He's a Bowie guy and he fucking loves this album. So I don't know, there's something. I love that you said that though about him riding the wave, because I think that a lot of this album is about that. I think you can hear him in some of this. I think he's exhausted by doing it. He sees you talked about one of the influences of Depeche Mode being Newman, and he had people that just, he had the Newmans and the Duran Durans that just started completely ripping him the fuck off.
Yep. 1,000%.
Or like picking an era of Bowie and being like, oh, we could do that. And I think this was him kind of being like, I'm just going to, like, I can't ever just tread water. Like, I have to, this is exhausting, but I'm just going to have to fucking keep changing what I do.
Yeah.
Or these fuckers are going to do what I do. And
right.
ETC,
Newman even
ETC.
like, he's like, I feel oppressed by this album because I think he's coming at me for stealing his shit.
Yeah, he is, bro.
Yeah.
He totally is.
1,000%.
This is Bowie saying, hey, I'm way fucking better than you. So you keep doing that. You keep doing what I was doing 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
do this
new
thing.
shit.
This new thing here.
Rachel Stats McGee. That's your full name. Give me something else fun that you found about this album.
Robert Fripp recorded all of his parts in one day in a single session.
Holy fucking Christ. What struck me is, I think the previous album, he worked with Adrian Belew, and then here, now he's working with Robert Fripp. I'm like, holy King Crimson.
He worked a lot with Robert Fripp. You know why? Because Bowie knew what was fucking good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Fripp, it's, if Bowie is the influencer to the influence of the music you like, Fripp is the guitar player influence to the guitar player that influence that you like.
Oh, yeah.
Great grandfather fucking.
Dude, we talked King Crimson and how, that's, we've like talked the tip of the iceberg of King Crimson.
Yeah. King Crimson scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, they're the final boss of the podcast.
Like, there is a younger me that was very, very intelligent musically, and I am not that person anymore. And that kid would have probably not been able to handle King Crimson. Like, I don't, that band is, it's just a scary fucking band.
Well, the number of like bands that we talk about that have ties to King Crimson, it's insane.
Yep. Visconti did actually kind of call this their Sgt. Pepper. There is a quote where he's not saying this is their Sgt. Pepper. He's saying this is what we tried to do going into the studio. And much like, so Bowie was a huge studio improver. He loved going in and just improving.
Yeah.
He tried to do way, way less on here, which of course you still hear a lot of, like you said, Fripp did all of his recording in one day. There's no way
that's insane.
Like, plus it's Fripp. It's not like it was fucking arranged.
Right. He's fucking around.
Yes. He definitely was.
Sorry, he's not Fripp fucking around is like god tier for most guitar players.
Yeah. No, you can say that. Yeah, people, good people can fuck around too. Mozart fucked around a lot. He had a lot of STDs. Let's see. Do I want to go into that? So, yeah, let's go into what.
Friendship test.
Thank you. Because I was just about to start talking about specific songs. You are a genius.
No,
you have
let him
saved
talk.
me from myself.
David,
Before we do anything, we have to talk about the friendship test. What song are each other's favorites on this? Rachel has clearly not done it for this episode, so we will start with Evil.
Half did it.
Rachel did somebody's. Evil, what is your picks for us?
Rachel, Fashion, Pop Banger. For you, this was really difficult. I just went with the title track because I'm kind of lazy, actually. It's good. It's a great track.
It's very good. I kind of did the same thing. There's no rhyme or reason to when you're listening to an album like this, a song's going to catch somebody for something. You know what I mean? Like this isn't the type of album that I can be like, well, Evil's the metal guy, so he's going to listen to the heavier, whatever's heavier. There's musical brilliance in here, woven into here that he's going to catch something in a song and it's going to, it could be the slowest song in the album. So because of that, I said Kingdom Come. Mostly kind of a simp because the guitar is fucking insane on it. But there's no real, one of the things I've noticed about Evil over the last like year and a half is he likes songs that are like constantly you don't really know where the fuck it's heading. And that's Kingdom Come.
Yeah. That's true.
Rachel, I had no idea. This was really hard for Ray. Evil Smart doing the Fashion one because it is super like bop sort of.
There's
thing.
1,000 songs strewn through the 80s that are apes of fashion.
Including David Bowie songs. Yes.
He plagiarized himself.
He did. I am saying Ashes to Ashes.
Yeah, that's a good
And
choice.
I'm not going to say why I picked that as hers yet. Rachel,
This was hard for me.
What did you pick just now for us? I bet it was hard to do suddenly off the cuff.
David, I said Uphill Backwards. Ask me why. I don't
even
remember
know what
why I
that
wrote that
song
one down,
is.
to be honest.
Just kidding.
I don't know. For Evil, I want to say Fashion, just because it's very basic bitchy. There wasn't one that stood out to me as an Evil song, so that's what makes me think Fashion, because it's...
That's a very good choice.
Yeah. Anyway.
Ooh, it's a very good choice.
But David, I had actually picked yours. Bless you already.
Octung.
Hey, thanks. Octung. Octung, baby.
Is that our new Gesundheit? Octung.
Yes.
So let's talk about some of the stuff that he was trying to talk about that he was going through. Some of the he said sort of stuff for this album. This was a guy that had been through all of the rungs of fame at this point. And it's funny because if I hear a band nowadays talk the way that Bowie or people talked about this album, I'd be so mad at the fucking person talking. Like basically what this was for Bowie was him living these lives as,
Fame so hard.
Space oddity. I've gone through this. I've done this. This is me that was wearing a mask and then a different mask. And now I'm taking the mask off. But this isn't me showing you me without the mask. This is me putting the mask on you and you seeing what it's like walking around. It's stuff that is so fucking bullshit, but people like Bowie fucking pull it off. And it's so fucking good. It's so goddamn good. Him doing that. And honestly, too, the time that he was doing it was a different time.
Very.
Fucking Lennon was fucking murdered 10 months after this album. And Lennon and him were really good friends. In fact, I don't want to spoil anything, but there are a lot of comps to what Lennon was doing at this time and what Bowie was doing at this time. There are lyrics on this album talking about, my fame. Like, I could very well end up with a bullet in my brain fucking tomorrow. It's funny because this is super pop and it's super dancey. This album is fucking dark, dude. This album is really dark, right?
Yeah. The 1980 is a very interesting year because it
tell us about the good old
Bonham
days.
Died. Lennon died. This is like the end of an era.
Fuck, Bonham died in 82.
He died in 80. The end of a kingdom of music died in the 80s.
Yes. Yeah.
And this album is like I said, a hinge point. It's like he had a premonition that this was happening somehow.
He had to have.
I don't know how he does it, man.
He's David fucking Bowie. He's David Bowie. There's paintings of him up here.
And I'm not saying that his transition into the 80s was fucking smooth, because he did some complete horseshit.
Yeah. But hey, it's time for DL to shit on the Stones. No, not really. But yeah, as soon as the Stones got their hands on him, for fuck's sake.
Right.
It's just, I think, do you have any weird stuff on this album before we get into awards and categories?
Most of my stuff is in the awards and categories. It's mostly my personal experience with it, but I'll let you guys pontificate if you have anything.
Yeah, let's just get into other stuff.
Hey, don't rush us.
What you in a hurry for there, girly?
I don't want to talk about David Bowie. I want to go see some fucking movie about
I hate you both.
housemaids or whatever. No, I do. I think that there is a shit ton to talk about with awards and
I agree.
categories for this
I
album.
agree.
So we're going to do that. Let's take a break and then let's come back and then let's talk some more about this album. Hi, everybody. We're back. I did look. I didn't see anything. This is what's fucking crazy about David Bowie is I did go onto Reddit and I did the thing that we talked about with the rankings of the albums. And it's like fucking 12th, 15th, 18th. But like, that's just David Bowie spoilers, everybody. This is a fucking brilliant album for me. It's a very, very high rated album for me. And it's just kind of another Bowie album, which is fucking insane. 70 million Jackson fans can't be wrong, Rach.
I feel like this is okay. So take this for what it is. In that I have zero to compare it to, as I have never listened to any other Bowie album ever.
That leaves so many possibilities for the future of this podcast.
Where is this going?
I just said.
This, from what I have read and what I understand, is him going to a more pop-friendly, everybody can listen to this kind of album.
Yeah.
It's really fucking weird still.
Yes.
I don't know that I super understand how at the time this was like accessible to everyone and everybody wanted to listen to it. I don't understand. I wasn't around at the time. And I don't get how this was taken as pop friendly as it was.
Well, I don't really think that, obviously it did. Obviously it worked, but everything he ever did worked. I don't really think this had the implications that he wanted it to have. I don't think that this didn't end up like, people don't think, wait, what was David Bowie's big pop album? It's not fucking Scary Monsters and Super Creeps, like, at all. Yeah, I guess I agree. I don't know. I guess we're just talking, right?
You're just talking.
I kind of already spoiled my 70 million Jackson fans. The fact that people would call this the last great Bowie album is a fucking joke. I fucking love 90s and 2000s Bowie. I love no more costumes, but super dark David Bowie. Which, by the way, did you know that his eyes are two different colors, not because he was born that way, but because of a childhood accident?
No.
He got hit in the head.
He got hit in the head by
one eye dilated.
He got hit in the head by a friend with like a fucking stick when he was a kid.
Well, his eye color's not different. One eye is permanently dilated, so it looks like it's a different color.
You look really beautiful tonight, Evil. I just gotta say.
I did my makeup just for you.
He's pretty.
But I don't think is though, at least for people our age, I don't think that's a fucking hot take. I don't. I think it's a hot take for you like 60-year-olds that are listening to this, 6, 7. But no. Well, I actually really like when older people, the few times that you old people are cool enough to write us, I really like it. They know they're old. Don't give me that look. Rach, same question.
I'm just surprised they know how to write. What? Sorry, Dad.
JK. Evil,
JK.
Same question.
Granted, I have albums.
You're a music guy. You've been a music guy your whole life. You know Bowie.
Never.
That's awesome.
None of them.
Really?
Here's my question. What song on this would you have heard, Rach, before? This is not our generation.
Fashion. Such a classic.
I guess fashion.
Yeah.
If I had heard like
hot take number 2.
I have to think about that because that's a dumb. I can't even get in. I can't get into that. That'll hurt my head. Evil, what's love got to do with it?
I like it more.
Well, if there was ever an album that was like a gargantuan wink from a fucking Nostradamus of an artist being like, hey, welcome to the 80s, motherfuckers. Like, here's what's about to happen. This is kind of it. Man, thank you for giving me that take. I like that. Rach?
I mean, it's a hard question for me because I don't know David Bowie's music. So I kind of came in blind to this one as well, outside of knowing the fashion song and a handful of other stuff.
I think you should skip your movie and we'll do a live reaction of Ziggy Stardust. How about that?
Ooh, I don't think that would be good for my career.
What's a work thing?
In case no. This career. I feel like if I said something stupid, that would be the end of us as a
No.
You would never say anything stupid on the podcast ever.
That's true. I feel like it's how you don't want to talk about Beyonce, like just in case something happens.
Fuck
like you don't want to get.
No, I actually like Beyonce.
Never mind.
I do like Beyonce. I don't. That album though, fucking hell, that album. Hey, I'll talk about Lemonade. Lemonade's rad. Good job, Lemonade. But Cowboy Carter can fuck off, and it's not for dumb reasons that other people hate it. What's love got to do with it I can't answer that question. It's David Bowie. I can't answer that question. It's David Bowie. He's he's fucking, I have murals to my gods above me and he's on there twice. So, it's him and Lane and that's it. The Ozzy Osbourne Bathead Award. I just like saying that.
I know.
Evil. You've been Osburned.
You got
What's happening?
I'm
So you are absolutely stepping on my thunder. Copyright that expression along with Osbourne. But did you read up on that? What on the Japanese? Like she's saying the same things that he's saying, but the coolest fucking thing about that is that the way that you talk about how she's speaking almost like a samurai. So the Japanese language is extremely masculine and feminine, and she is speaking in a very masculine tone, which is completely fucking taboo. Like you do not fucking do that. I didn't find that out until studying for this, and that makes that song, that takes that from a 10 out of a 10 to a fucking 19 out of 10. And I just, god damn, that's fucking awesome. Rach?
Yeah. I said the same thing about Fripp. The guitar is unhinged, but in control. Like it's very domineering. What?
I just can't wait to get to the Eddie Van Halen award, because there's just this album is so ripe with fucking takes. It's god damn. Sure. It's so good. My Ozzy Osbourne Bathead Award. It's hard to explain. Ashes to Ashes was such a painstaking song for Bowie. And here's the thing. They came into this wanting to make their Sgt. Pepper, right? And you don't just, you hope to make a Sgt. Pepper. You don't make a Sgt. Pepper. It's like you can, just because you torment over a thing doesn't make it better. You can torment over something.
Unless you're David Bowie.
Unless you're David Bowie. Yes. That's my thing about this is this was the album that it wasn't about, hey, I'm David Bowie, I need to be a certain thing to make this album amazing. I need to go in and make an amazing album. I'm not saying that made it better or worse than other albums. I'm just saying that was kind of his thing, and Evil's head exploded. He kind of is. He was until the 90s. Yeah. The DMX Award, I mean, Bowie was always peak unique. And we'll get into influences and stuff like that. But here's the thing for this album. Look, what are we really talking about as influence? Like Kraftwerk? I guess maybe a little. Fucking Andy Warhol? William S. Burroughs? Like, who actually influenced this? That's kind of my DMX award, is like, yeah, it's he listened to the Beatles and stuff growing up. And so, of course, but that dude made his own fucking music. It's peak unique, trademarked. Rachel?
Yeah, he was so ahead of his time, ahead of the post-punk. No one else at his level was absorbing new movements, reframing them, and outperforming the originators. The album sounds like it is stealing the future before the future was there.
That's a great line. Outperforming the originators is such a good line. I marked it. I'll just start saying Mark so you guys can feel better about yourself.
Fantastic.
Evil? Wait, sorry. Were you done?
Mark.
Yes. Yeah, that's very true. That's the right answer. Mark. The Mark Lanigan Award. The Mark Lanigan True Rock Star Award, Evil.
Constant reinvention.
That's just the answer.
Always ahead.
I mean, who else would it be? I don't know. Too drunk to figure it out. I'm too drunk to figure it out. He was so famous in such a different way than people get famous. He was like the artist's artist. You know, everybody wants to be. No. Scratch that. No. Keep it. Don't scratch it. Keep it. All of us want to be, and grain of salt. I think you know what I'm trying to say. All of us want to be a Taylor Swift, right? Whatever. All of us want to be famous. Like we want what we are doing to be heard and loved and this and that. But what they want, what the Bruce Springsteens and the Taylor Swifts want, they want to be loved by the other artists. And that's David Bowie. Mm-hmm. David Bowie was the king of, like, we talked about a little bit with the Beatles. If there was a party of the most famous people in the world, he's the one that everybody's going to be like, holy fuck, it's David Bowie. Yeah. You know, that's him, and that's who he was at this point. Even like it was basically him and Lennon. And then Bowie got rid of him. My gosh, I think I just figured out Rach, what about you?
Dun, dun, dun.
Stop it. We're on Mark Lane again, right?
Nah.
Right. Yes. It's fucking
gotta
David
want it,
Bowie. He rock star.
Yeah,
so
some
he
of these
has
some of these awards and categories weren't meant for albums that were David Bowie.
Yeah, no. I will say something rock star. You have the whole Major Tom character that had existed, and in this album he tears him down. He tears down his whole old persona.
Yeah.
And somebody that is willing to rip apart something that has been built up and about themselves is impressive.
It is.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, and I just love that it was, obviously we're talking about Ashes to Ashes and the kind of the Space Oddity sequel or however you want to say it. But it is a really, really cool thing that he did. First off, anytime bands try to do this sequel shit from an old good song, it's always fucking lame. Yes, it is. This is amazing because it is. You don't really know if Major Tom is, if he's talking about it from the outsider perspective, from his perspective, but Major Tom is now on the outside, and is he is it society calling him the drug-addled fucking psycho loser? Is he saying that it's actually kind of better to just be the fucking drug-addled outside of the norm loser? There's so many layers of what he's doing in that song as far as a theme that I just like. It's like really good theater in that you don't really know, the point could be so many different things that you don't know what they actually meant. And I like that. But I also hate it because it's like, just tell me what you meant, bro. Overrated, underrated, properly rated. These are just so dumb doing it with a fucking David Bowie album. I'll start. This was properly rated in Europe. It never got its due in America, really. And it's way underrated, I think, now. This is not an album that you hear talked about with Bowie.
I agree.
At all.
Yeah.
Evil agrees.
Forgotten.
I think that's fair. I will say, no, go ahead, Rachel.
Yeah, agree for the most part. I do think where it wasn't entirely appreciated for what it was, maybe in its time. I think it's one of those things where people liked it, but I don't know that they fully understood why they liked it or fully understood what it was at the time.
That's good.
But
I will say this. The real ones remember and love this album. And here's how I know it. You know who covered this? Who covered 5 years ago? A certain guy that we love covered Ashes to Ashes and put it on his album, and it's fucking amazing. And that man is Doug Marsh, Boise, Idaho's own.
Doug.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, go. I don't even remember what the album was called. He came out with an album. It's called like Boise Cover Band or something like that. And it's just him. He had recorded over the span of like 3 years. He just had people randomly come in and record with him. And it's so good because it's goddamn, I love Doug so much. Influences and influencees, Rach, right back to you.
Influences, funk and disco, kind of.
Fucking disco.
Funk and disco. Bowie, the Berlin tree.
That's kind of brilliant.
The Berlin work. I think he influenced himself.
Or maybe I'm drunk. It's brilliant or dumb. I don't know.
A little bit of both, maybe. Who hasn't he influenced? New Wave as a whole, Talking Heads, a post-punk crossover, Trent Reznor, Gary Newman, Radiohead, blah, 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 forever and ever.
So I had Radiohead on mine, Cure, Madonna.
Yep.
But I want the big one that I hear on here that you said, I hadn't really pieced it together until I studied for this. Talking Heads, David Byrne.
Yeah.
All the fuck over this. I guarantee you David Byrne's listened to this album 900 fucking times. And then the one, I'm going to say Josh Homme.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I touched on this a little bit when Evil and I talked about it, but there were times where I closed my eyes listening to that concert and I was like, this is fucking David Bowie, like in absolute, in all the best way. Not saying he's ripping him off or anything. Just, Evil.
Divorce.
Evil's a smart guy.
He has his moments.
Can I steal? Like, I'm not do bourbon. I'm a very big bourbon guy.
Yeah.
I like all of it, and so it's weird that they're favorites. But
This is best.
I mean, when you're right, Evil, and it's Jesus Christ. Like I could drink that bottle right here, right now, and I will.
It's so good.
No, not really. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I just, I finished my drink and I had to give you props right in the middle of your.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
The 70s, all the music of the 70s. His divorce. You can hear it all through this album.
Yep.
And
why'd you say
David,
no?
Never heard of
from
it.
I thought you were like a bit wrong. I thought like wrong. I thought you were like
No.
fucking no. God damn, that's a good one. It's good. It's what we said, right? It was David Bowie's big giant. Hey, here comes the '80s wink.
Yeah, start a
God
music.
damn, man. Never mind the Bullocks Award. Rachel, answer this one.
I don't fucking know.
That's
Is
the
this
right
their best
answer.
album? I don't know.
Who's they?
I have heard
Evil, same question. No, sorry. I just sorry. Go ahead.
me.
Yeah, you said I had heard, and then I completely interrupted you.
From what I've heard, it is a very complete album. I
Okay, I shouldn't
can't
have
compare
let
it
you
with
talk again.
exactly.
JK.
That's why I was very
Evil.
confused when you called on me again.
Same question, Evil. Oh, I love that. It's for this is all I'm going to say, which is a cop-out. The Nevermind the Bullocks Award is it the band's best album, and is it even close? And the answer is no. No way. The John Paul Jones Award, I will start, and I will say, there is a lot on this album that makes it extremely poetic in the times. I really wish, even if it was just like one line of Yoko or just like one guitar part of John, I wish Lennon was on this album. Just like fucking 2 seconds of Lennon. It would have been like the perfect poetic fucking hoo-ha. Rachel?
I said no.
John Lennon. Sorry.
But
John
then,
Lennon.
is there a different Lennon?
Well, there's a different Lennon. He was a bad guy. Go ahead, Rachel.
Okay.
In Soviet
I was
Russia.
like, I was trying to think of a musician.
Lennon. Yeah.
But
no.
no, that guy. Probably a bad idea.
I was trying to think of it, what John Goodman says in Big Lebowski, but I couldn't. Vladimir Ilyich. Go ahead.
Brian Eno is the only other.
Shit.
Wow.
For
Mark.
for just a layer of destabilization, just with it. I don't know.
No, you do know. That's a fucking great answer. What made you think of Brian Eno?
I don't know, man.
Why
click
do
a
you
lot
think?
of buttons when I'm studying, and I find
I don't like that sometimes you have better answers than me. It pisses me off.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Evil. Fuck.
Under Pressure
Yes.
was a 1981.
Sorry, I was under
so,
pressure. I couldn't think of
Yeah.
what the fucking song was.
Anyone that
That's a good one. Yeah. Hey, here's a question, and we'll get into this later. Why wasn't Brian May on this? He had every other fucking. Yeah. No, that's good. That's great. Evil. No, dude. Seriously. What are you giving him
for this trilogy of episodes that we've recorded?
Right.
And you're just like, what is it?
You guys really fucking red herringed me, because I was sitting there last night gearing up for this, listening to these on vinyl and just thinking like, all of these albums are so fucking good. How am I going to just keep this going while they're shitting on it the whole time? You guys are, you love giving me the, what's the thing? Rachel. Yes. Rachel.
My album song to give to somebody, Ashes to Ashes, is just a
wrong answer.
gateway drug. The kids like it. It's catchy.
I hear the kids
strange.
Like it. It's so good.
Our friend Doug also likes the song. It's classic Bowie.
It really is.
Yeah.
Right back to you, though, because you are our resident lyric head face. The John Popper psych. Just kidding. Ignore everything I just said. The John Popper Best Hook Award is what we're going to do first, and I'll go first. Sorry. What? You think I'm drunk or something?
Not even remotely.
It's been 4 hours of you drinking, so maybe 4.5.
Hey, Eagle Rare is a hair of a drug. Because You're Young has two different fucking hooks that are awesome. The beginning is amazing. It's got that weird, like almost horror film organ in it with the amazing guitar, which just going off that, yeah, this song is going to be fucking rad. And then you know what else that I've always liked on that album? And maybe it's just a me thing, but you know when he says the pieces are broken, it sounds like cocaine. I just said, these pieces are broken. I just love that. That's my... Rachel, what's your John Popper?
Passion.
Turn to the left.
Okay.
You're such a simp.
Turn to the
Turn
right.
to the right. Yeah, there you go. Evil.
Yeah, I know. It is the right answer. Suck a dick, David.
Would you?
And over again,
whatever. Yeah. Okay. You're right. You're right. Now let's get to our resident lyric face. Rachel, what's the John Prine Best Lyric Award?
I don't know if it is the
Go lyric face.
best line per se. Go lyric fuckers. But it's kind of a fun, devastating line is we know Major Tom's a junkie, which is again, just pulling down that facade and ripping apart his old persona is.
Hey, we've talked about it a ton on this podcast. The brilliance never comes from like a fucking great healthy spot. Sure. We want our rock stars heroined out and dying because that's where they write the fucking brilliance. And I feel like that's kind of him being like, yep. I have a lot of. So first off, my answer to this was already stepped on in the It's No Game Japanese. The woman doing the masculine. I love that fucking story so much, and it really does. I already thought that song was badass, but listening to her kind of like talking, throwing her voice the way she does, it makes it so much. That's so good. I also love that there are a couple translations in her lyrics that are the Japanese translation. You can't translate it direct, but what she's saying in Japanese in one of the lines is there's no longer a stairway to freedom in heaven. That's fucking amazing. But yeah, the whole song is about a man who sees like the wrong in the world and is pissed about it, but also has like no fucking clue how to help, is also aware that he's making things worse, and is also aware that like, well, if I ignore it, if I'm like in the middle, I'm also being a douche. It's basically like just saying we're fucked. We're totally fucked. And I personally love that. Evil? That must be exhausting. Damn it, you guys think you're so cool. With your same Evil, Eddie Van Halen. Yes. Rachel?
I said Fripp, as one does.
Weird.
But I said Scary Monsters, so it's a completely different answer.
It's a good answer.
It's not flashy, but it makes me feel anxious, and I feel like you're doing your job right.
Okay. Evil, you and I are guitar guys. This album never gets brought up. Robert Fripp, Carlos Alomar, Chuck Hammer, and Pete Townsend are all on this fucking album. This is one of the greatest fucking rosters on any album ever. Yeah. Like this is, dude, guitar listeners, you should be listening to this album this is a way guitar- more. In absolute, like fucking David Bowie knew who he could get and he got him.
Yeah.
God damn. It's like if Daniel Day-Lewis was like, hey, I need all the other best actors to come fucking... The Surfer Rosa Award, to me, this is very, very painfully, obviously, one side, one thing, and two side the other. And again, not a bad thing. The first side is super catchy. I'm going to get you. You're going to love this. And the second side is just other side of the moon. What the fuck are we doing here? Where is the song going? Wait, nope, it works. It's kind of the perfect Surfer Rosa. You got your pop hits at the beginning, your songs that could be on the radio at the beginning, and then you have weird shit in the second half.
I always think,
Mark, that's the beauty of this is we can do whatever we want with the awards. It's our podcast.
You're right.
Damn. I mean, I would agree, and it makes me very happy that I just like it. I like it when you guys like the things. Rach.
I agree with both of what you said. The sides are
both
different.
Both of what I said.
Both of what you said. Yeah, you said it first, so that counts. The sides are different, but they're balanced, even though it is not completely, but very different content on either side. But it works.
Hard one. That's what she said. Time of Your Life Award, Rachel. What's the worst song on this album? Is there a song that you really don't like on this?
No, I said it ain't easy.
You sure?
Because it wasn't easy. It's the least essential and maybe feels out of place, but it's again least worst.
Wait, you said
or
what?
least best.
What song?
It ain't easy. No, that's not it. It's No Game.
Sorry. No, that's okay. But here's what's fucking crazy: is It Ain't Easy is a song off of Ziggy Stardust.
Right. Wrong album.
Did you listen to other David Bowie for this?
No. I don't know where that came from.
That was just pure happenstance.
I obviously ran into that title somewhere and typed it down.
Wow. You literally had me being like, wait, is there a fucking rendition where It Ain't Easy is on
You
this
guys
album?
didn't listen to the Spotify version?
Hey, tell your dog to calm down. Evil, same question. Oh my God, this is making me excited in my pants. So I am kind of there. I guess there are a couple songs on here that I could maybe live without, not period, but on this album. And I actually, because I thought that Evil was going to love it so much, I actually said that I could kind of, if I had to pick one, it'd be Kingdom Come. And it's actually a cover. So that also kind of gives, yeah, exactly. But that goes into the 3 best songs on the album. I will start it, I guess. So my number 3 is Scary Monsters and Super Freaks. This is the song that gets stuck in my head all the fucking time, and I sing it everywhere. And they call it the dog synth at the beginning. As soon as I hear that, it makes me so fucking happy. My number 2 is what I would personally call one of the best written songs of all time, I guess, which is hilarious that it's my number 2, but it's Ashes to Ashes. That is such a brilliantly written song. It can't be. That's one of those songs that any musician you talk to, they will tell you that Ashes to Ashes is one of the more brilliant songs ever written. But my favorite song on this album, you turn it on and it just fucking punches you in the face over and over and over. And it's Rachel, it's the John Lennon twist and shout thing that he's just fucking out of his mind screaming like it's no game. Is a perfect rock song. It's insane and it's weird and it's scary and it's rad and I love it to death. Evil, so Buttons. Heyo. I love. Well, and I love Calm Bowie too. Like that's what kind of throws off the beginning and how he's screaming and screeching and the notes are terrible and even it's not until the 3rd It's No Game where you realize like, oh, okay, he doesn't give a fuck. He's just, But then the last one where it's full on crooning kind of
smooth, yeah.
It's rad. Rachel.
Similar but different. At my number 3, Scary Monsters.
And Super Freaks.
Creeps.
By that I meant Creeps. That was my number 3.
I know.
Okay.
Number 2, Ashes to Ashes. Again, just fantastic, personal.
Oh, God damn it.
Iconic.
We should have been samesies. You picked the wrong number 1.
Number 1 is not what you had.
I know.
Which is interesting that it was that off for me. Fashion is number 1. Because I'm a basic bitch.
Evil wins.
Evil wins.
Who won the album, Rach?
Who won the album? David Bowie's Wallet. Is what I wrote.
You can say that about every album. I said Visconti. This is the last one, and they did an okay job. Evil. Who won the album?
Sure.
Oh my God, I love that.
It's a good answer.
Yeah, I have the divorce shit written down here. Why is it so down here? That's so fucking weird. Rachel, rate the album.
I'm gonna say like a 9 out of 10.
Like a 9 out of 10.
It's very similar to last week's reasoning in that it
I appreciate you keeping the continuity up.
Yes. Did exactly what it was supposed to do, what he set out to do, and did it really, really well. And it is unique enough that, I mean, it's David Bowie. Like, there's no one else that could have come close to making this.
Agreed. It's absolutely ridiculous, but I am giving this a 9 out of 10.
David.
There are a couple songs on here that here's the thing. Bowie, for me, Bowie probably has fucking 6 10 out of 10s, 5 to 6. And so I got to give him a little harder scale than I would usually give people. Plus, Evil, rate the album.
I have a question before I answer that. What did you think I would think of this album?
I thought... Here was my thinking. My hope was you would absolutely love it because of the fucking guitar brilliance on it. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you, even though I usually know that you guys are fucking with me, last night I was like, God, like I'm going to have to fucking carry a fucking David Bowie episode. So I probably was thinking
6-7.
6-7, bro.
That's so funny. I think there is very good reason that Record Mirror gave it a 7 out of 5. This is now past Beck Ola is my favorite thing I've found because of the podcast.
Oh, fuck.
It's a solid 10. out of 10 for me.
Wow, he
makes me
likes
so
it more than
happy.
you. He's a bigger David Bowie fan.
And now
You
I
should feel
can
like shit.
drink more Eagle Rare tonight and feel a smug sense of self-worth for some.
Like I got a little emotional saying that because this was like, oh my God, this album is amazing.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Yay.
You're a good actor, Jimmy. You're a good actor. You should buy it on vinyl.
I for sure will. For
and
sure.
listen to it on vinyl.
Yeah. That's
everybody.
without question.
We're 3 albums in. Rachel is just like 30 seconds and she's got a bolt. Hey, Rach, thanks for doing a marathon with us.
Yeah, this was
That's
fun.
what she said.
Go say
I like
hi to
doing it this way.
Sydney Sweeney
I like
for us.
knocking it all out.
That's what she said. That's what he
Yeah.
said. Yeah, have fun watching boobs. Evil,
I will.
I am so glad you like this album so much. That makes me very happy.
Yep. Really, really, really like this album.
Everybody, we love you. We will see you next week. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what for. It doesn't matter. You guys love us.
Music podcast.
But join us next week for a music podcast. I think it's an Evil DL album exchange. That's what I think is happening. Well, I know exactly what it is. It is an Evil and DL album exchange. And guess what? We're not really all that done, Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh.
Bum, bum, bum. We
Tricked
love you. Good night and good luck. Bounce, Rachel, bounce. You've got a movie to go to.
Bye. Thanks, boys. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We did it.